Hi, this is come back to another episode of Big Talk Live. Yes, this series I'm going to be talking about breaking it down and building it back up. So I hope you guys tune in. I know it's like impromptu. It's Monday. It's the start of start of the week, start of the strong. But we're about to kick it off, right? Yeah, it's called breaking it down and building it back up. Hope you guys tune in. It's a live podcast and Q&A. Leave comments in the chats below. So give you guys a few minutes, 1 minute actually, to jump in. Yeah. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Big Talk Live, where we discuss big ideas, big goals, and big vision. If you guys cannot hear any audio from my microphone, please give me a heads up in the comments below. If you can, give me a heads up that you can. Also, doing something a little bit different here. I got some background music, to set the vibe and kick this thing off right, you guys. The series is called Breaking It Down and Building It Back Up. See, human existence is a progressive cycle of beginnings and endings, right? Deaths, births and deaths, joy and sorrow. So we have to break stuff down in order to build something new, right? It's breaking down and rebuilding. And if you look at your whole entire life and you're always rebuilding something, what are you breaking? Breaking habits, breaking addictions, and what are you building? Building a business, building a life, building a lifestyle, building a legacy. You're building something. So hope you guys enjoy this series. My goal this whole month for October Stoptober is to actually just go live every single day for the whole month. I don't know. I'm gonna try to keep up to it. I already said it, so I'm gonna commit to it. Hopefully you guys join me on this journey. Shout out everyone tuning in so far. What do? Thank you guys for jumping in on this live. So we'll be discussing a few things here. I have a somewhat of a kind of an agenda. Number one agenda is talking about rejections. Yes, rejections. A lot of us hate rejections, right? A lot of us hate it. I know I do personally. I try to avoid rejections, but the problem is that when you try to avoid rejections, you're really creating a fear around it. So what you have to do is just this book is called Rejection Proof, where this guy went out and started getting as much rejections as possible, and he wants to get rejected, and that was his goal. So he was seeking out rejection. So you have to measure your life based on how many rejections you get. Right? You utilize that pain to give you motivation, to give you the ability to go out there and keep on getting rejected. Because man, the more rejections you get, the closer you get to where you want to go. Right? The more no's you get, they say, then you'll get there definitely. So. Another thing I wanted to talk about and that I'm trying to break is telling people that I'm freaking busy. See, when you say that you're always busy, and trust me, I get this all the time, and I'm totally all about that. Like, people who say they're always busy, they always end up being like they're not really productive, right? So when you say you're busy, you're kind of like cutting yourself off from extra opportunities, you're saying that your cup is already full and you don't have room for other people to pour into. When you said that you're busy. So stop being so freaking busy. You have to prioritize. And this is what I'm trying to break through this habit I'm saying. Prioritize 2 to 3 goals and just ditch the rest, right? Focus on what is more important and cut out all the BS, you guys. So I gotta stop being way too busy. And I get it. People say like, oh, I'm so busy doing that. But are you productive? You can be busy, but are you productive? And all the business owners that I work with as clients, they're all busy. I don't know anyone that's not busy. Everyone I work with is busy building something, busy breaking a habit, busy breaking addiction, or busy doing something, right? There's no such thing as someone that's sitting around not doing anything. All of us is freaking busy. So if you guys want to, there you go, my bro. What up, Buna? What it do, man? No, you want to jump on a live chat, bro? Let me know. I'm doing something different, Buna. Doing something different. I see your comment right here, man. Thank you so much. Congratulations. By the way, I need to talk to you on the phone, so we need to jump on and live chat actually on the freaking phone. Actually, have a good conversation about that, brother. Also, man, shout out to everyone who feel like they are different, and in order for you to be extraordinary, you have to be different, right? Don't be normal. Being normal is a disease. If you blend in, if you do your best to just try to blend in, we're gonna be living in a society of sheep, where everyone is just doing the exact same thing. They love vanilla, and that's all they do, right? Dude, you don't want to be like just everybody else, okay? If you feel that you're different, embrace that, you know what I mean? Because when you try to be like everyone else, you're gonna feel that you're missing something in life. And what's missing is you being you. You know what I mean? Despite the judgment, despite of everything else, who cares if people judge you? People will judge you no matter what, but only God can judge me. That's one thing that something that I'm trying to break the habit of doing too. Judgment, Don't judge, don't criticize, don't condemn, don't gossip. That's one thing. Because when you start judging and making comparisons, man, that's when you're not living your full life. What up, Enrique? What it do? Strange in the cranium is the only way. All right, brother. Yes, being strange in the cranium. Yeah, man. Don't be different. Don't be the same as everyone else. Be different, right? Being normal like everyone else is just it's a disease, like I just said. So I'm just jumping on this live, you guys. It's a live Q&A. I'm chatting. I'm just talking about things that we need to break down. In order to rebuild something, you have to break it down and rebuild it, right? And you have to renovate, constantly renovate yourself, reinvent yourself, and take what you learned in the past 12 months and actually rebuild it. So right now, this season, this fall season, fall back, it's October. I call it October, right? Stoptober, October. I didn't make that up. Actually, someone came up with this, and this is when you break down habits, break addictions, break habits, and start building. In order for you to build a business, build a lifestyle, build a legacy, build something, you gotta break something down, and it's what we're doing all month long. October, Stoptober. Stop drinking, stop the extracurricular, stuff, and man, let's rebuild. You know what I mean? That's what it is. October, Stoptober. So, and I'm gonna go down a list of like things. I have like a bullet point, talking points. One talking point I definitely want to point out. I tell you a quick little story. I know you guys love stories, so I'm gonna share with you this quick story. So this story is this. I really admire this gentleman, and he's a very successful, wealthy, guy, and very affluent. And he took me out. We went out to lunch one time. It was a nice restaurant too. And we went out to lunch. And the whole entire time, I'm thinking, this guy, dude, he had it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got his finances together. His health is in shape, and he's just an amazing all-around guy. Until I went out to lunch with him, and the waiter brought water for us, and there was like something in the water. It was like, I don't know what it was, but the guy pointed out, so look, there's crap in my water. take this back. Give me another cup of water. You know what he did? This dude freaking just splashed the water like on the ground. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, did he just freaking just toss the water out just like that? You know what I mean? Because there's a little speck or whatever it was in his water, and just mistreated the waiter. What an asshole. What an asshole. Dude was very rude, and instantly right then and there, I was like, you know what? I don't want to associate myself with people like that. You know, rudeness is a sign of ego. You know, it's a sign of an asshole. So, you know, you gotta learn how to stay away from people who disrespect service workers, cooks, cleaners, waiters, all that, because if they're mistreating people who serve you, it's like that, you know, that just means that they have too much ego, and when you try to like be there and be of service to them, they're gonna treat you the exact same way. So yeah, that's a quick little story that I learned. If you really want to learn someone's character, take them out to lunch, see how they treat the help, see how they treat people, see how they treat the waiter, cooks, and stuff like that. Do they do it with do they embrace it? So you guys definitely have to do that. So that's another talking point I wanted to go over. Yes sir, yes sir. Enrique, all that glitter ain't gold, for reals. Enrique, man, you gotta get back on it. Let's do it. Let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. What I love about Halloween, I call it daddy tags. So when I take my son, I used to take my daughters out to go trick-or-treating, and I gotta take them out. We're walking the blocks, and each house sometimes they get some really good candies. So the candies I like is like the Snicker bars, the Milky Ways, and the Almond Joy. And I always have to inspect their candy every time we go and get the candy, because I take them trick-or-treating door to door. Right, so I probably spend like an hour. It's cold, whatever. And when I look at their bag and I see like they got all the good ones, I'm taking it all out. My daughter asked me, Dad, why are you taking all my candy? You know what I tell them? Daddy tax. That's right, daddy tax. You gotta look, in life there's such thing as tax. You gotta pay taxes, all right? And that's daddy tax. So even in real life, you gotta pay taxes. You know what I mean? You gotta pay taxes to Uncle Sam, right? Tax. There's two things that are guaranteed: tax and death. So get used to it. Just deal with it. Fortunately, you will have to pay taxes. And the way the government is spending, and how they're just printing out money and sending millions and millions and billions of dollars to other countries and stuff like that, what we have to pay for it. And we are taxpayers. And be proud that you're a taxpayer because you get to pay taxes. Those tax dollars, they do go into your community, and it really does help. So yeah, I just want to talk about like the daddy tax. Also, you guys, in order to rebuild and actually rebuild, you gotta break it down. And life, honestly, is actually just you versus who you were 12 months ago. All the other competition is straight up bullshit. It's always you versus you. So you're doing yourself a disservice. So stop comparing yourself to others. Right? I know social media does a great job of doing that. And you get on social media, you look at other people's lifestyle, what they're doing, and they bring all the highlight reels of their life on social media, and you compare yourself to that. It's like, dude, we all have down times. I have down times. I have moments where I didn't want to hop on social media. I have things that I don't want to share on social media, because you gotta go through it. Life is all about adversity. It's how you overcome it, how you rise above it, how you rise and grind. Every person, even celebrities included, they'll all go through the seasons of changes, seasons of, and that's just how it works in life in general, right? It's always beginning and ending. There's, birth and death, joy and sorrow. It's always going to be pleasure and pain. Seasons, we all go through seasons. So stop comparing yourself to other people. You're not them, and they're definitely not you. So you measure your life based on your progress, how you were 12 months ago, right? And this is it. And this is how you do it. I look back at the years of my progress of who I've become. I adapt. I pivot. I would be willing to pivot That's one thing I learned too. If you want to break the habits, break addictions, break things, break barriers, break molds, break chains, you have to like break it down and also look at what are you rebuilding. Be willing to pivot, adapt, and change, because man, it changes all the time. You gotta be always willing to change. Shades on the kids. Hell nah. Let the kids enjoy that good candy. Hey, I gotta tax them, man. I gotta tax them, right? You're right. They don't have the. I mean, you know, I gotta take the almond joys. Enrique, I gotta take the almond joy. I gotta take the Snicker bars. I gotta take the Twix, the king size Twix. I gotta take that, because the neighborhoods we go and trick or treat at is actually in our area, and and they give out some huge candy bars, and I gotta do it. Gotta do it. Going back to that, you guys. So yes, you know, life is you versus you, for you versus you 12 months ago, right? And that's how you really should be measuring. And man, run with that, you know. Also, it's all about relationships. There's been so many times where I can count. I'm gonna tell you right now, I can count on maybe one hand, how many people showed up, hit me up, contacted me, reached out to me. Size, you good? You okay? Everything good? One hand, right? That's how many people. And you would like to think there's so many people that really love and care. There is, trust me. But the relationships you build, the relationship currencies that you deposit, that you create, you know, take note of your real friends. You know, invest in those relationships, and every other relationship is all superficial, you guys. You know, the real relationships, when you're down, when you get fired, and you lost a lot of money, or you face some like dark mental times, mental illness moments, and they showed up and they checked up on you, those are the ones you really want to continue investing your time with, because not all friends are created equal, but you guys know that, okay? So yeah, guys, I'm just going through like a couple different talking points. Definitely want to engage with you guys. So let me know what it is that you want to talk about. I do have an agenda. Just want to kind of share with you a couple of different, you know, ideas how you can break down habits and rebuild yourself and rebuild. So just know that if you want to grow personally, you have to surround yourself with like-minded people who's on this journey of personal development. Because personal growth only happens when you struggle. See, adversity, right? When we hit adversity, you have to look for it. Look for the obstacle. Don't avoid obstacles. Look for obstacles, because the obstacle is the way. Great book, by the way. Obstacle is the way, right? Be willing to take more risks and see what you're capable of. You never know. This is how you build strength. Struggling is how you build strength. You got to struggle. When you're in the gym, you're struggling. That's part of it. So be willing to take risks. Be willing to struggle. You know? No risks equals no failure. If you're not taking risks, you won't fail. But a lack of failure will teach you nothing. That's right. But it will teach you nothing but a lifetime of regrets. So it's okay. Fail forward. Move out there. Try it out. I failed so many different times, you guys, in my life, and it's okay. I embrace it, because once I understand the obstacles away and failure is part of it, I'm failing forward. I'm gonna have to do it. You know, I failed in certain relationships. I failed in you know, trying a new hobby, trying something different. I failed at businesses. I failed at investing. I failed at saving money. Lots of things that I've actually failed in the past, but I learned from it. You know, failed until you finally get there. But you guys already know this already, right? This is for my folks who just needed a quick little reminder. Okay, and also when we try to like live on a schedule, I love spontaneity, being spontaneous, and my wife is actually, she's part of this crew. It's called the Spontaneous Crew, where they randomly do spontaneous things out of nowhere. And I love that, because when you're being spontaneous, you allow freedom and time to really enjoy, kind of like be in a moment. You know what I mean? Because some of the best moments in life were completely random. right? If you overly schedule something, it becomes a nightmare. So utilize that time and take advantage of it. Be spontaneous. And this is how you rebuild. These are certain things that you got to break down and rebuild, right? Break down having a tight schedule where you don't have any room for being spontaneous. And when you're being spontaneous and you're really kind of like allowing that time freedom for you to be yourself, dude. Yes, we always talk about in big talk shows, we talk about big ideas, big goals, and big vision. But don't forget, big talk is important. Big talk. We skip the small talk, but don't forget that small talk also leads into big talk. You also got to do the small talk, right? You know, I always see this happens all the time when people go to networking events, right? The network seeking to just do business, and you gotta like learn how to start conversations, which is basic small talk, and those personal small talk conversations always leads to doing more business. There's been moments, clients I've actually acquired over the years, just based on small talk, talking about something random. I mean, I hate talking about the weather, but yeah, sometimes we end up doing that. Putting the comments out there, you guys. What up? What up? Doing a temperature check, seeing how you guys are feeling. You guys in there? Thanks for tuning in so far. We're talking about breaking things down, breaking habits, breaking addictions, and building a lifestyle that you want to live, building an empire, building the legacy, build it brick by brick. But you can't break it down. You can't build it unless you break it down. Break it down first. You gotta break it down first, you know? It's actually, man, to be honest, it's actually in the Bible. You know, we have to break stuff down in order to get to where we need to go. Tear it down and rebuild it. Put that up on there. Also, you guys, I just want to say that, you know, when you achieve some type of level of success, and whether it is, you know, in family, in relationships, in finances, whatever it is you're trying to do, you know, you also have to remember, don't let your ego get in the way. Because your ego, they say your ego is not your hero, all right? Yeah, stay humble as you win, you know, because, hey, it can all end overnight. You gotta act as if you'll fail, because you still can, and you know, keep your humility. Be humble. It's a virtue, definitely. Hope you guys enjoyed the vibe. Enjoying the live, enjoying it so far. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I might go on a little bit later on tonight. Just want to jump on like kind of midday over here, kind of share with you a little bit about what we're talking about here. This is the break it down and rebuild. Break it down and build it. October, Stoptober. That's what it is. Guys, I want to tell you that if you want to break stuff down, you want to rebuild it, you got to do this. Focus. Focus, focus, focus. Find your focus. Become obsessed. That's right. Become obsessed. Make it, and actually do it daily. Do it daily. Make it a habit to be focused. Because you can. You can. You really can. Man, focus is following one course until successful. FOCUS. I almost did not spell that. Follow one course until successful. Shout out to Jay Kahe, my homeboy here on Facebook, friends, man. He makes acronyms for almost, every time he want to teach a lesson, he makes acronyms. And I remember one of the acronyms was FOCUS. Follow one course until successful. You know, build a system around it, right? And join a community who have the exact same obsession, who wants to be. Join a community. The Firebirds, financially independent, relaxed early birds. Firebirds, rise from the ashes and grind. That's what we're here to do. We're here to build it up and break it down. Break it down to rebuild, to build it up. Sorry, that's what I meant. Yes. Let me tell you guys, there's a lot of things in life experience that will teach you so much. And some of these things, when I listen to these podcasts, I'm reading these books, and I'm actually going through my news feed and checking you guys' story. I feel so inspired, and I feel like, man, I'm learning a lot, right? You can't take these things for granted, because you got to be grateful for everything. If you're grateful for nothing, right, you will have nothing. Because why would you receive more rewards if you're not grateful for what you got? So you got to realize that being grateful is also super important as well. We are at cool 25 minutes so far. Shout out everyone that tuned in so far, and appreciate you guys jumping on here and saying what it do. Appreciate it. So we're talking about breaking stuff down and to rebuilding. Breaking it down to rebuilding. I was going to read some passages for you guys, but I don't know. And in the comments below, you guys, I want you guys let me know if you guys are reading the watching the replay, or if you guys are actually doing the same thing. Remember, it's October, Stoptober. Enriquez. I'm gonna show you a thing, bro. Let me see what it is. Alright, man. Thank you for saying that, big dog. Remember, you guys, the people that you idolize, even celebrities, they all make mistakes, right? And you'll discover soon enough that your hero has made mistakes in the past too. No one is perfect. Everyone is imperfect, and don't be disappointed. It happens. A lot of times, you would think one of my favorite celebrities is Kanye West. And when he got married to Kim, I was like, oh, that's amazing, man. And, he's married, they got kids, and them two together, it's a powerhouse. Even like Jay-Z and Beyonce, I see them being real successful and doing their thing. They're a power couple, bro. And then I realized that, they all have the insecurities and situations and problems too, right? So people in high places are no better than like the rest of us. They face pretty much the same temptations, and they are also guaranteed to screw up. People will just screw up. You guys see it all the time, especially in the tabloids and all over social media, but it's not how many times they screw up just like us. It's like, how do they bounce back? How do you bounce back? How do you rise over adversity? And that's super important too. We'll go back to Enrique, what he just said. Enrique, let's see. Oh man, Enriquez. I can't get to it. Rise and grind, big dog. Sorry guys, I'm going live with it. Okay, hang around people that when you walk into a room, their face lights up when they see you. Ooh, the fastest way is the slowest way. And one mountain you climb to the top is another mountain you climb from the top to the bottom. Yeah, man. Thank you for saying that, brother. Yeah, absolutely. You gotta hang around with people that will elevate you and get you there. And it's always, look, the mountain is actually you. You are the mountain. This is a great book written about this too. You are the mountain. And once you get over that mountain, there's another mountain and another mountain and another mountain, right? You guys have to learn how to, break down the habits, break down the addiction, break down the past and build it, right? And let me tell you, a lot of people do this. They think work is the most important thing. It's time. Time with the people you love. Time with doing the things you really want to do in life. Yes, work is important. Yes, work pays the bill, and money is a tool, and you should definitely be utilizing that money. And money, all it does is amplifies who you are. So utilize that. Money is a tool. Now, there's ways to actually, they say, I read this in a passage. I read this. It said, Making money is an action. Keeping money is a habit, right? Making money is an action. Keeping money is a habit. But growing that money, that takes wisdom. So, what are you doing? Are you earning, keeping, and growing, and then leveraging? This is how banks do it. They leverage. It's all about leverage, doing more and more with less and less. So, sometimes you have to avoid instant gratification. Use delayed gratification in order for you to achieve greatness. See, suffering. And this is what I love about Andrew Tate. He said, suffering. You gotta suffer a little bit. You know? Suffering. If you avoid suffering, avoid struggling, then you're not gonna get anywhere. But suffering is the way. That's what makes, you know, everything sweet. It makes the goal that much worth it, right? Once you hit that goal, because you suffered. You suffered. A lot of people don't like to suffer anymore. They want instant gratification, but we gotta allow ourselves to suffer, you guys. Definitely. So, part of suffering is breaking those habits. Whether what kind of habits it is that you have a habit of. You know, for me, man, I have a lot of habits. And one of my worst habits I always do is I gotta stop doing this. I have one. Look, road rage. I don't have road rage, but I get irritated a lot. And when I'm driving with my son in the car, I end up like, you know, cussing, like this and that. And a friend of ours said that we call her Charette because her name is Sheree, but we call her Charette because it seemed like she had Tourette, because she would just drive and just randomly just start cussing. So yeah, you know, there's a lot of different habits, but you gotta break those habits and build a new one, right? Remember, your life can change completely in just 1 year. So there's seasons, you guys, seasons of life. So I went long enough on this live, and hope you guys enjoyed this live. You know, definitely want to come back around and maybe do another version. But every single day, my goal for the next for the month of October is to go on live. And I don't know exactly what time. I'm trying to aim for like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock ish, pretty much afternoon, so we can have this chat. And hopefully we can learn a lot more from each other, a lot more about each other and our journey, share our journey and share our wisdom. And remember, iron sharpens iron, and birds of a feather flocks together. Financially independent, relax early birds, fire birds. Hey, we all want to relax early, can't just work forever. We got to figure out ways how to make our money work smarter and harder for us, because every single dollar has a job, and sometimes you can give it 2 jobs. One is to grow, the other one is to spend. You can spend it and grow it at the same time. At the same time, not either or. You can save it and spend it at the same time. And my team and I will be more than happy to tell you a little bit more how we do that. And of course, shameless plug, I am working with a financial practice, a financial firm, building my agency. I would love to have a file with your name on it in my office. So until then, stay blessed, intelligent, gifted. Keep doing it, B.I.G.Z. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys, if you guys are watching the replay, put hashtag replay. And this is again Big Talk Live with your boy SYZ Size Sizzle. I'm out. I'll make sure I exit this out.